18. I was actually looking up.
I've got it already.
What? Well, my one says it's a powerful number which represent new beginnings and abundance. It also symbolises success.
You done it wrong. It's a powerful number, but it's made up of numbers
1 and 8.
So
yes.
It's not like just the one number. And it's like the 1 and 8. Yeah, go on.
Okay. Well.
That bit.
All right. And manifesting abundance into your experience. The number 18 regarded as a symbol of knowledge, emancipation and liberation. It encourages you to go deep within yourself and discover who you truly are.
That's a fun one.
So big up everybody big up my haters, don't know the mice, but I have to big up the haters and dislikes and that. Big up yourselves.
Okay.
And
but
all the
yes,
people that have subscribed and liked and
engaged
and that.
Yeah, blessings.
Shadow's not very too what
yeah, I'm a bit bunged up, so I've got a bit of tissue.
Excuse me. And we got a magnificent guest here today.
Yes.
That's why we're closer. You think you're just over there, innit? But we've got a beautiful guest here today.
Nofisa Caseman.
Nofisa. Remember, I couldn't pronounce her name at the start one time.
Well, you got a list?
Nah, I don't know. What did I used to call you? I don't know.
I don't know. You didn't used to call me. You didn't used to like me, so.
Oh, why would you even say that? Make that as an assumption.
Let me just break down.
Right, we're doing this all now.
I don't know. Oh, hi everybody.
Get it out the way, innit?
No, because she was annoying. She just could turn up because it'd be late. That's it. But it wasn't a bad thing. I don't even care because Javon was a good guy.
You did care.
But he did.
You've been complaining about that one thing, so.
It's late. But it's normal thing. It's just always late. Even today she's late.
First of all,
she's late.
Why? Anyway, but here's the thing, that one time I came to pick up Javon from school and you didn't. I don't know if you knew you were still on the speakerphone. I could hear you cussing me. I was like, I can hear you. Like, good. He's like, she's always late. I was like, I'm still here. That's when I knew we had got off on the wrong foot.
And she still continued to be late.
Raggle.
It's what it is, baby.
Sorry.
But no, I take the positive. I built a beautiful relationship with our son, Javon. So all them times when she's there, just me and him talking, it's really good. Like, you know what I mean? But Nofisa means precious thing. Precious thing.
Precious, delicate gem.
Yeah, just says precious thing. Don't bring that bit. That's an add-on. Host of Baby Mum. Heard of Baby Mums. You know host of Baby Mums. Co-host of Baby Mums.
Baby Mothers.
Don't know how that
Baby
come up.
Mothers.
Yeah, Baby Mums. So Baby Mums. Good.
Yes.
Then you got like two books. Two books.
Chapter 30, Life Lessons from a Perfectly Imperfect Woman.
Can you say single mum? Can you say you're single mum?
Wait, no, but then...
Which one do you want me to answer?
One?
And then The Gifting Goodbye, 7 Powerful Steps to Letting Go of Your Ex.
That's 3.
That's 2.
It's 2 books. It's the chapter 30.
And then I'm writing the 3rd one now, Start Your Book Today.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's to help people write their own books. There's so many people just saying to me, like, I really want to start a book. Yeah. So I'm just like, here's the guidelines, let's go.
All right. And then, so we got that, the 2 books. All right. Can I say you're a single mum? Can I do that or not? Am I allowed to say that or not? Would you class yourself as
I'm a mother.
A mother. But you stop using that
then? Let me say, I got the definition of a single mum. I am. If you went to Collins Dictionary, it says, I wrote it down.
Boom,
for
bang.
clarification.
What page? I bet it's at the start. Right at the start.
So, single mother.
Right.
Collins Dictionary defines single mothers as a mother who has a dependent child or dependent children and who is widowed, divorced, or unmarried. I'm unmarried, so according to Collins Dictionary, I'm a single parent.
Okay.
Single mother.
Single mum. All right. Cool. So we were sitting here thinking, what we're gonna talk to Nofisa about?
Right.
There was the original one, single mums. Like literally, we're just gonna go. Let's go single mum. The same mode. You know what I mean? But then I was thinking, all right, cool. Then we were talking about since COVID and what's happened, and remember we were talking about since COVID, the way people's mindsets have changed. Like,
right.
Conquer and divide. So we're saying, all right, boom. Then we were looking at spirituality, like, because you're a spiritual healer, boom. But then you flop with the whole thing with the baby. So I said, no, I can't be going that way. So
Wait. Keep going. I flopped with what?
No, we need the boy
prediction.
guessing the prediction thing. So I said,
I didn't say I was a psychic.
It doesn't matter. Say the same thing, fam.
No, it's not. It's completely different.
Whatever, man. So boom. So
The stars.
yeah, the stars
Oh,
telling me
Oh my
that
god! You know I was talking
it's
about
definitely a boy. Whatever, it's not. It's a girl. It's a girl.
She's a girl.
Yeah. So and then Dave, we didn't want to go. We were looking at like whatever angle we could go down. So what's happened during the duration of today? I was like, it's funny how someone's sister came in today, and then a song was sent to me the day before, and I was like, I can see where I can go with it now, kind of thing. So even Shan don't even no nothing, because it's like, yeah, I like it.
Are we feeling worried
right,
now?
this is what it is. No, hear me out.
I'm gonna hear you out, and we can press pause if don't want.
No, we're not pausing nothing.
Go
Alright, cool. So we've gone into it. Alright, boom. So just hear the chorus, and then hear the chorus. How type mama?
Meaning he don't know what he's gonna talk about.
Mammy
Right?
Marisa.
Mama Marisa.
I'm going with the flow. Yeah, I'm flowing, going with the flow. Until the unknown, going with the flow. I'm just seeing where it's going, going with the flow. I'm going,
Go with the flow river.
yeah, I'm going,
Hey.
going with the flow.
So basically, is this your way of saying you ain't got nothing to talk about?
No, it went that. It went even that.
Alright,
It went even that. Because when you listen to the track, the big track, when you got it's basically what she's trying to say is that despite anything that in life, you just keep going, innit?
Amen.
So with everything that you are doing as a single mum,
Yeah.
it's a lot. Because even when you're just telling me like, you got to take after school, and then boom, and then you got to work, and then you got to and then you got a dance thing this week, and you got a dance thing. All right, that is a lot for one particular person. At least with me and Shan, we can kind of share the
Support each
workload.
other, yeah.
Just
I get
about. You get what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
do it as we do it.
I love it. Yeah.
Just about kind of thing. Not even that. Sometimes we might miss something. I miss something. It's how it goes, innit? But then, obviously, you got to go with the flow and blah blah boom. But you got to be organised at the same time. So I was literally, first of all, we're gonna switch it on you and say, what do you want to talk about?
Okay.
That's what I was gonna do. So if you want
You
to
already know mine. Always ready.
No, we can do that. We can do that at the
no.
end. But the main thing is, I want you to have your own rant, because we want to do a rant section. I think we should if you want to rant about something, rant
There's
about
nothing,
it.
I really
But,
don't have nothing to rant about.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool then.
But we could like go deeper into that. But you
But
asked
really-
me. Sorry, before we go, because you asked me that when I was on your. I came onto your live
Live,
once, and
yeah.
one of you, and you was like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "I'm good." Like, I can't remember. You was like,
but it was like whatever.
or
it
something
is what
about the
it is.
haters or something. I was like, I just, yeah, I'm good. But anyway, keep going.
Alright. No, that literally is about the golden flow. How do you? It's probably another book to write, I suppose, in terms
Yep.
of
Balance.
yeah. How you
Bless
finding
you.
the balance? Yeah, how you finding all the balance and doing it and going forward and. Because there is women out there, I see them
Is there a
struggling.
balance though?
I
Is
don't
there
know.
a
I
think
balance?
it's, yeah,
right?
elusive.
That's
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's an endless pursuit.
when we talk about balance. Like, what does that really mean? And I feel like it means something different to each person. Each person on their own journey. For me, I would say I'm more focused on priorities, and they change at every moment. You know what I'm saying? So, am I balancing it all? Probably not. There's like sometimes you know,
Sometimes it-
my health.
What does it look like in your head now? Like if you had to just put a picture in your head, what it
I
look
be
like?
brain dumping every day. There's too much going on in my head, and I'm like, oh my god, it's crazy. It's crazy up in my head. It's crazy, and my head's going.
If you could put a
50.
picture, if someone could have if you could put a picture to it. Oh yeah.
Circus.
Like I'm
You, the tune
my
thing.
hours are crazy. Like some days I might fall asleep just because I'm so tired putting him to bed, and then I'll wake up and then I'll be up from like 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock cooking chicken or going it's just a lot.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like,
Do you have outside support?
so I have my mum is my biggest supporter. You know, literally when I had my son, so my son's 10 for anybody who doesn't know me, my son's 10. When I first, and I got pregnant in America, so I came back when I was 5.5 months pregnant, and then
Did you know you're pregnant?
when I was 5.5 months.
No, in
By then.
America. No, you got pregnant in America, and you're out there for longer than.
I came back when I was 5.5 months. 'Cause I was working.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. Okay.
So I was working out there. I lived out there for a year. I did get pregnant in that experience there, and I didn't know. I think I found out when I was almost 2 months. That was madness for me. So yeah, it was. Yeah. That was a tough one for me because I wasn't obviously. Things happen, but I was very ignorant. Like I don't know if you've ever met someone who really just doesn't think it's going to happen. So they're like, I can't get pregnant. No, but it happened. And so when I came back 5.5 months pregnant, for me it was like hard to just go back, into like struggling and just being on government support and everything like that. So I was like, all right, I'm going to move. So I moved to Birmingham with him.
0121 and that.
Yeah, I moved to Birmingham thinking that, that was going to make everything better for me. So I did it for like almost, I think I came back when he was 3. But I realised like I needed the support. Like I couldn't do it by myself out there. So I came back. So since he's been 3, I've been in London and my mum has been the biggest help. But I've also created community here because I realised that as a single parent, I've got other friends who are single parents and we help each other. Yeah. That's how I've learned to really survive in this situation.
So the support element is immense. See, like as looking from a male perspective, I think I see it a lot. With the work that I do, I'm exposed to it a lot.
Exposed to what particularly?
Single mums.
Okay, got you.
It's and when I'm walking, I'm like, oh my days, like this is a madness. And I say to Shan that when we got together, I could see everything where
you could fit in.
Where the puzzle where I will fit the puzzle. So I was like, right, I need this for the girls. I need this for the house. I need to be that type of man, that type of blah, blah, blah. Right. So I just infiltrated and said, all right, something Shan knows I do, something she don't know I do. Same way she does it that way, kind of thing. So, but when I look at it in its grand scheme, I'm like, it's a lot. You could have a community a little more, but like when your door closes, that's it. Like it's like.
I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy because, one of the things, and that's why I wrote my first book, because a lot of the time people look in on my life and they just think, oh, you're like super mom, you're doing it. And I'm like, some days I've cried. I'll just break down and cry sometimes, because it is hard. It is hard. And I can't sit here and say it's not. But at the same time, I've got to make the most out of the place I'm in at any given moment, So I'm not going to just... Like you said, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to keep getting back up and I'm going to keep going for everything that I said I wanted. But it's hard. Yeah. And I remember one time, like, because Javon's like, he's really intense. Sometimes...
What's to be my intense, like?
Like,
what demanding?
No, he's really intense where he can flip like that. Like today, when we was just walking up to your house, he's like, I've got anger issues. And I'm like, well, tell me about those, right? And so he's like, I could just get really angry really quickly. So one time I picked him up, he was hangry. And so, and I was like, so he didn't get what he wanted and he just flipped out. So he starts walking slow, whatever happened. He got caught up behind the train bars and then like he was
even more angry.
Yeah, so I saw him in the corner of my eye. So I was kind of like waiting, but I was still a little bit ahead and then the other man let him in, right? Okay. But now this man comes for me like, you're a bad parent.
No way, swear Dizzle.
He came.
He didn't see, he ain't look at the whole situation.
No, so now, when you're getting angry at your child, like, if you had just walked up properly. So now he's just like, I'm gonna call the police on you. Like,
you're lying. It went that deep.
Yeah, and yeah.
What, Javon saying that or the guy?
The guy.
The man, he was like,
see, you're not hearing the thing.
I was like, so I saw him, but I was like, okay, you missed the bars because you're walking slow because you're upset. Like, I just can't with you right now. So I just let another person let him in, innit? Like, yeah. But he just came for me. He was just like everything. And then after he went, and then he just stared at me. He just stood at the set. I'm like, you got anything else to say? And then I got on the train, and I was just like, and then the man was like, you handled that so well. I literally just broke down crying on the train. Like, when you just can't even handle it anymore. It's just like,
oh, someone else that saw that.
Yeah, and just saw Javon and just everything. He was just like, oh, you handled it very well. So one person
saw it from one perspective and another from it.
But and then so there are times when I'm just like, this is too much. There are, and sometimes that's what I say.
So since COVID,
right?
And then this is where we can actually go into what me and Shan were talking about. What I've identified is that I thought with COVID, the pandemic. Did I say that? Did I say? I mean
You said pandemic.
The pandemic. I don't know what it is, but
I see.
Whatever it was, the lockdown thing. I don't know. Something happened, and we had to all.
Compliance test.
That time when things were very different.
Disclaimer, I don't know this woman. Like, but anyway, so since that all happened, we saw a cohesion of different things in terms of, you know, look after thy neighbour. People started to do shift. I thought, this is my head, this is only in my head, my own view only. I thought that shift will build us, strengthen us together. We'll see what the government and what is going on, and we'll start to, as a community,
work together more.
Work together. Since everything's opened back up again.
You feel like it's back to the same?
Nah, it's got 10 times. Now we see conquering divides happened. There's people that have, you know, they've taken the vaccine, not taking it. There's all these kind of things. And then also, it's done damage to families, all kind of things. I've seen it. Like I'm living it now, and like we're trying to live in our truth, whatever it is. And then people have now. Yeah, life has got difficult cost of living and that kind of thing. So what effect has it had? What's happened to you through that time? Is it a similar thing you've experienced, or you're saying it?
That's such a good question.
Yeah, or am I just in my own world? Or
I think the pandemic has affected everybody differently. For me, honestly, I think it's been. I thought it was going to be a lot different to what I've experienced. I thought come out of pandemic, we're going to go hard, but actually, I had a drop in my energy. Like it was almost like I thought like I was just going to go. But this year, life was really lifing for me this year.
What do you mean? What's that? Lifing.
Life was lifing.
That's a new one. I ain't heard that one. Is that in the
What do
dictionary?
you mean? I've said that twice today. Life be life.
Like this has been a tough year for me.
I haven't heard that.
Emotionally, I would say emotionally, like I've had to just take a step back from, you know, so I've just published a book earlier this year, but I had to take a step back and really get back to me, because I feel like if I'm here to be a coach to other people, I have to start with myself. And I wasn't in my, you know, I had long COVID, and my health, everything was just really a lot this year. So I've actually had to pull back and get back to, okay, me first and foremost. So when I thought, okay, 2022, I'm releasing this many books, it didn't go the way I planned, you know. But in terms of the effects, I can't really say for me personally, apart from being kicked out of America because I haven't been vaccinated, I can't really say like I've had a major effect post-COVID.
What about the people around you? Have you noticed anything different? Or am I talking like am I just like not like, I don't know.
I think for me, things have gotten back to normal in my community. Like I'll be honest, my mum, she wouldn't let me anywhere. So in the beginning, you remember I said she was my biggest support. And she was like, "Don't come to my house. Like, please do not." So for 3 months, it was literally just me and my son. It was a tough time. It was a tough time because that, you know,
during lockdown?
The first lockdown. But she wouldn't even like.
So what, she was scared of what? Transferring?
I just think because obviously she's older as well. She was just afraid of health issues. You know, obviously they were saying like if you're vulnerable, don't go near nobody. And she took that too hard.
Like proper. So does she still have that same?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it's all calm now. So for me, that was a big thing because my biggest support basically shut me out for 3 months. And so I was just like, I can't do this by myself.
But it must be easier as Javon's getting older.
It's definitely easier.
But it seems like he's getting busier. Like, do you get me? That's why it gets.
Right.
It doesn't seem like. It's getting
so
easier.
For me, I was literally thinking about that today. I was like, right, you know, we've woken up. He's woken up before me, got his clothes on, school ready, breakfast made. So literally, I just got to get myself together. But there's also, I am going through some developmental, you know, tests as well because we have noticed there might be something that we're going to get assessed.
Yeah.
So we're looking into that with the doctors, but he's fine. No, he's fine, but he is getting busier.
He's mad, isn't it?
It's more intense.
It's mad.
No, he's a gorgeous, well-managed young
It's more
man.
intense now. So
Good-looking guy and that.
Crushes and all of that. Yeah, I'm in that stage right now. Like,
yay.
I'm like, 5 crushes? Really? What are we doing here? So.
Have you seen them?
Yes, and I've seen the effect
What's that again?
he has.
What do you
on
mean?
them.
Like, is it
Oh,
like
wow.
celebrities?
No, like
In school.
yeah,
In school and
like,
that, yeah.
So I saw the other day, like he must have said hello, and I've never seen a girl like kind of run and hide and blush. I was like, that's my child having that effect. Like she's gonna run into the school gates.
Damn.
So yeah, bless him. But yeah,
No, that's where I was in terms of going with the flow. In terms of, I just wanted to know how, for women that are going through it, and obviously you and Shan have both experienced it in terms of, you know, just doing it on your own. Like when you reach that them dark times on what's going, what's the measures, what's the things that you should do to, because man them are not aware, you know. Some man them are like, whatever man, she done it, caused it on herself. But despite that, like, come on now, like,
marry before you carry.
Yeah, maybe-
That's what I hear. I'm like, tell my 20-year-old something.
yeah, maybe we need, maybe men that are not, even if you're not in a relationship with the guy or community leader or whatever, what can we do more as men and the community to for single mums? I don't know, like,
I think it's about being more empathetic and understanding of what that actually looks like.
remember men and Mars.
Well, that is it. So I think men are
You can
sometimes.
learn to understand. You
Yeah.
can learn. You can be inquisitive and find out, like, you know. Or I think one of the things we as single parents have to do as well, and I've been doing that more, is learn how to receive. You know, learn how to receive, because a lot of the times I've grown
Example,
up
sorry.
with, just receive the support, receive help. We you know, there was one time when I was like, no, I got this. And I really didn't have this, but it's almost like you've been taught to be so strong, and it's like, actually no. As I get older, I'm just like, I'm gonna allow myself to receive. I'm gonna allow men to come in and help me. I'm gonna allow other people to come and, you know, if they offer to take Javon, I'm gonna allow all the support that I can, because I don't want to do it by myself.
Yeah. So the previous attitude was that more like a defense mechanism, like protection. Like, I need to protect.
No, I think genuinely when I first had Javon, I was probably more in denial. Like, now I'm a single mom, but no, I still got it all. I can still handle it. I can still do everything. I'm gonna move to Birmingham. I'm gonna still get back on track. Like, I didn't want to accept. And no, here's the thing. I subscribe to that belief about what single mother looks like. You know, like broken, hard life.
Okay.
What do you mean? So how can you subscribe to that? What does that look like?
When
It's
I
not even
say
a press button thing. It's literally like, it's like,
When
It's
I
like
say
fall
that,
into that trap.
I allowed it to, this idea that I'm a single parent, like, you know, because it's all like a self-image, you know. My self-image was, now I'm a single parent, like, life has to be hard. It's a struggle, like, so, you know, I did go through money issues. I did make it harder for myself. Why am I moving to Birmingham and living by myself when I don't know anyone there? Like, it was harder, you know. And so these are the things I did, and it was like I had to have another, change my limiting beliefs, like, about what was possible for me, so I could actually start achieving something different for myself. So when I say subscribe to that belief, it was like I allowed myself for a long time to believe that, you know, just because I'm doing this by myself, like, it has to be hard, I have to struggle, I have to be broke, just everything's just hard.
Like, that's just part and parcel.
Yeah,
to
it's just
it.
being a single parent, because I saw my mum struggle all my life.
Yeah.
My mum struggled.
So that's
I
like
literally went through the same thing that she went through.
through.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm ready to break that.
Break that cycle.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because then, even when we're talking about certain men, a lot of these men are brought up, unfortunately, in a single mother household. So not all, but a lot. So my whole thing is, if you've seen the struggles and the battles and I guess the work ethic that your mum has had to do to provide and sometimes just survive and get through.
Literally.
So then now it's like they're quick to forget, because obviously it's their mum, innit? There's a different level of attachment. But then when it comes to baby mother or someone that they've impregnated but not in a committed relationship with, it's like that whole thought process goes flat out the window. It's like an ego thing, or they want to hurt the woman, because it's like, you need to need me. I want you to need me. I want you to.
but you know, some and I hear you with that point, and it's a good point. But you know, like, some man them literally like can't manage, because you see when a woman locks off, you see when a woman What's that word you lot use? They
Are done. Shut down.
it's not done. There's another word that I know it is, but once they're done, yeah.
Once enough's enough.
Once they lock off, once they shut off, yeah. And man, them don't realize it sometimes. They don't even clock. Once a woman's shut down and locked off, that's it. And man can't contend with that. Some man them don't know how to. They don't know that person. They're like, wow, who is this person?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so they don't know how to react to it.
Yeah.
They start going through all these different like emotions and like, hold on, but you would other day me and you were, but she's locked off now. That's it.
Yeah.
So once that
He can't
happens,
come round and
yeah,
get his
he
little
doesn't know how
leg
to.
over.
Like she's got the boundaries.
Yeah, the Lego. Yeah, that's one part. But the
Yeah.
other part, they can't even have a conversate. They don't know how to even conversate. They can't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
And you like that. So you just try and switch off. When someone switch off like and says, you know what, man, don't chat. Puts the gun finger, yeah. Don't chat to man, yeah.
Really?
It's like no, obviously I'll just put make a sauce on it. But I can imagine you're not the easiest. If Shan switches off, she's not the easiest person to deal with. Not at all. Like you have to let her do her thing and then come back, whatever. But in a grand scheme of it, of being like children involved in the relationship, man, them can't. Sometimes man, them can't.
What you say? They don't know how. They don't have the tools.
I'm not putting it. I'm putting it as an option.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's it.
I was gonna say it's like I hear what you're saying, but sometimes if they've grown up seeing that, you have to actively make a choice to do it differently because it's like a default.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? If you
yeah.
grew up with no father, you wasn't taught how to be a strong man who's
Active,
gonna
present.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
he doesn't. He has to actively go out and say, "I want to do it differently to my mum." You got to to my father.
Yeah,
You've got to learn how to do that.
Yeah,
How
then
many
they
are
learning
willing
that, yeah.
to go out there and learn? Like that's what I always say. The amount of stuff that I had to go out and learn is not just. It's just not natural to me. I have to go out there and learn. So when a lot of people say, "Oh, you're this, you're confident," or whatever, like I've done so much work. That's what we have to do. We have to actively go out there and do something different to what we've been
So
taught.
going back to the 3 years you're in Birmingham, where did the shift or the change of thought process take place? Like, do you remember?
To what?
To the whole being a single mother, that being broke, struggling, what have you, where like, you know what, I want more actually, and I can actually attain more.
That is actually what happened. So I would say the first one was when. So it happened in stages. It didn't just happen one time.
Click.
The first one was he was about 18 months, and my son's father. We got on the phone with each other. So no, sorry, he was about 15 months. From when he was 1, I just let whatever we had go. I always put it a situationship. We just let that go. When he went back to America, he had come for a visit.
Okay.
For Javon's first birthday, and I said, when you go back, we're just done, right? And then since
As you got back on the plane, you
I
having all
said
them
once
coming.
you go back, like we'll be done. Like after that, it's done.
What did you anticipate for him to want to stay?
What do you mean stay?
So when he visited,
No, he was just coming for 2 weeks, but we were still trying to.
See if
throughout
you
that
could-
first year, we were like, I went to America twice. He came to London twice. So
Okay.
we tried to salvage, but I realized this is not what I want. Please just be a father, but I don't want us to be a family. Like it's just not.
So
what I want.
you done that lock? You actually
I
locked
shut
off.
it down.
Oh, right.
I was like, once you go back,
see,
like,
that's where
it's not that anymore. But please still be in his life. Obviously, that didn't happen. So when he went back, whatever kind of support that kind of stopped, and then he would just like he used to FaceTime, not FaceTime, but like what did we have back then? Skype.
Yeah, boy.
Nothing.
What's that noise? I
I don't remember that, but it wasn't. But something like that, Skype. But he stopped, so everything just stopped. And so I remember in January we spoke, and it was like he was like, "Listen, you think you can do it by yourself or whatever? Handle it. Like I'm not calling anymore. I'm done. I'm not giving you any child support. Like I'm done. Like maybe I'll call back when he's 3 or 4. This time he's 15 months. So I'm just like."
So
I was crying on the phone. I was begging. I was just like, I would never go back there.
Yeah.
But for me, at that point, that was a very low point because it was like I'm on this phone crying to a man, begging him like, do not. Okay, we're not together, but do
don't
not
do this
leave me
yeah.
in this place where I'm all alone, and also that you still got a child here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that for me was like when we had that.
Can I catch that bit because I know you've been through it as well, and like.
Because it's like taking basically his gripe with you and kind of taking out on his child too.
No, but what that point there, what do you think? I don't know from my mouth, but I can't even talk from my mouth. I've never been. I can't imagine me doing that.
Like
But is there? What do you think that is? That's causing that bit there where. Obviously, if you said, look, come, I'm all yours. You get me? Like, but what? When,
I don't think so.
I think check out. When a woman checks out, that's the word.
I also feel like so he was like, oh well, I should have Javon full time in America. Like, just
he said,
yeah. So because I think a big part of me thinks he didn't grow up with a mum. His mum died when he was a baby. So this is somebody who probably thinks that you don't need a mum because he didn't have one. That is my assumption.
Okay.
So I'm thinking. So you think that Javon doesn't need a mum? So he wanted me to just hand him over, basically, this 1-year-old to him in America when he works 2 jobs and didn't have.
What, he's willing to do that though?
Maybe not practically.
In your head, you would say that.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I went over for 4 weeks. I the baby screaming all the time when he's half asleep because he came from work tired. Like, you know, like.
But you know, if you're pushed in that situation, like, I always thought.
You know what
I always tackle women with this whole thing, and I never actually said it out loud. You know, I don't know why a woman, and I understand the terminology of. Really leave my baby. Like, why wouldn't a woman just say, you know what? Park the baby at the doorstep and go about their business.
Some women have done that.
Some women have done that.
What's stopping you lot from doing that? What stopped you lot from doing that?
I care too much for my child, and I know that situation probably ain't the idealist situation.
How do you know? Like, how do you know if you didn't leave Javon in the like giving? How do you know that? No, I'm the same. Once a man, once a person's put it, because you were put in that predicament, and you've had to just get on with it. Like, you didn't know you're gonna be a single mum. Like, you didn't think my man was gonna like turn around and go, you know what, bye. You get what I'm saying? They've done it.
Yeah.
Now you're at that predicament, so you had to just, you know what, I'm gonna get on with it. Like, you had to get licked up. Imagine he doesn't realize that phone call he said. After that, he ain't even managed to say, all right, you know what? I might have been a bit harsh, but I know you got to go. He ain't even business. Like, boom, I might see the baby at 3. So
I might call.
Yeah, might, you know, at 3 and 4. Bro, are you alright? How do you know I'm have the same number?
Check back in, like,
you know what I mean? How do you know I'm gonna be alive? Like, you get me? So this is the kind of thing of like,
it's time.
If you got a woman up now, like, I got to get on with it, pull my socks up. How do you know the man, if the same predicament was put on him, how do you know they wouldn't just step up, like, you put the baby at the doorstep?
I'm not saying he wouldn't.
Yeah.
But as a mother, as someone who's also, because I remember there was a show, Fix My Life, Iyanla Vanzant, and this was happening. Iyanla was literally like, let him have the child, and I was sitting there thinking,
what's this? Sorry, what is this?
Iyanla Fix My Life. It's a show, like American show, like a healing show, and the same thing happened where the man was like, give me the kids, and the woman was like, no. Iyanla was like, give him the kids, like, he's not gonna survive it, like, but for me, like, and I thought about that, but for me personally, I've 9 months I've been with this baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying he couldn't step up, figure it out, you know, but I personally wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to give this child that I've had that relationship with, born, raised for the first year, it wouldn't feel right for me to do that. It just wouldn't have felt right for me to do that. And it's unfortunate that we are in separate countries. It is unfortunate, you know. But for me personally, I just couldn't have done. I couldn't have said.
What about yourself? Could you have done
your
it?
child.
Like, I know you're saying now, thinking that, like, proper, like, take
No.
it in first and then
Yeah.
say, could you? Do you think that person could just literally say, you know what, I'm gonna step up and do it, despite how it looks over that side?
He would have had to.
He probably would have done it.
You might have had to. You might have had to, but then what does that look like? Does that mean then what, I no longer have any part in my child's upbringing? Like, because
Role reverse. They're trying. So basically, he was saying. So this is what he hit me with. He was like, "Well, you give me the child, and then you do what I'm doing. Basically, like, you know, see him once in a while, check in, see him once in a while, see how you feel." I'm like, this sounds really bitter right now.
Yeah,
like,
that's a wrong place.
I don't know where this is coming from.
Some experiment.
Yeah, because it's like giving away your precious jewel, because you want them to share in that, but to give it away,
all right.
that's a whole different.
Can we literally say? I don't want to talk bad on any man that's going through or anything.
And I'm not saying he couldn't have handled it. He would have had to.
Can we legitimately say these man them love their children? Can I say that? Or
It depends.
Can we say that?
I don't think.
I don't know, because
from the situations you lot have been through, can you say, turn around and say, you know what, he actually does love the child?
I think he loves his son, but
There's the
I
button,
feel like I've seen when a man loves his child, how
The
much,
lengths.
whatever lengths he'll go to. My son's dad hasn't seen his child in 3 years. He's welcome to come to London. He refuses to get on a plane and just come and see him. You know, he's not. I don't feel like for the situation you're in, it's tough. I fully empathize with that. It's tough. I was over there. You met me. I came back here. I had the baby here. It's tough, but you should still make that effort to have the best relationship you can for the situation you're in. I don't think he's doing that. I have taken Javon out up until COVID, like almost every year. Even after this man done whatever he done, do you know what I'm saying? At that age.
Oh, you still
So it changed, you know, things changed. He did stick by his word up until Javon was almost free.
Wow, man, Papa sat there.
Yeah, like he did it. And he never said sorry. Like he's never put like nothing. So he stuck by it. But, so there was one time when,
Oh, that would hurt.
but you're right. Sorry, I'm like,
you're doing the face. Sorry, you're standing on first. Sorry.
So first things first, he did. Like that time, I had to put up my baby girl panties. So straight after that, I was like, I gotta get a job. I gotta get my life together. I gotta get my act together. Then I saw him. I was in America just for like I was celebrating my birthday. I left the one here. I saw him in the airport.
But random?
Yeah.
No. I mean, did you plan it like, yeah?
No.
Tap his phone and that. You know the way there. You must have thought that.
He works in the airport.
Oh, okay. That's easy.
I'm not no stalker. Like,
that's light work, fam.
He works in the airport. I saw him in the airport, and I was like, oh, like it's been like so these times, Javon. It's been like a year now. He hasn't seen or spoken to Javon. So I just went and like, hey. He ignored me. He blacked me. I was like.
He was actually working at the time.
He was working. He was just sitting down.
Even that's bad customer service. You can report him for that.
Because did he think that you were going to bring a scene?
No, I just walked up and just like.
He might have.
He didn't even look around to see if you had Javon with you.
Well, he could see the airport was empty.
Oh.
So he could see that.
No, but even that, I'll be like, wow, where's Javon? Like,
Where have you left him with?
Yeah, were you there?
He didn't even ask. He just blacked me.
Okay.
He blacked me. I was like, well, just to let you know, your child's doing fine. And then I just walked off. But again, like, I acted like that didn't bother me, you know? Like, my friend was like, oh, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine, it's fine. Like, that hurt. Like, the man you've had a child with can... And these times it's been a year, like, he hasn't contacted, nothing. So I always said, I, like, would send him a message. I just said, listen, when you're ready, the door's open. I'm not going to stop you. So I left that door open. And I think the next year, I went out there with Javon, and my friend was like, just call him, just let him know you're here. So I did, and then he was like, all right, cool, I'll come and pick him up. I was like, oh, you can come see him, but you're not gonna like just pick him up and take him.
Like, you don't even know this child.
Yeah, so and then from there he kind of got back into his life. So we just met up. He took him like Toys R Us and stuff like that, and we just had a conversation. He was like, I don't feel like I should say sorry for anything. So I think that was a bit challenging, but that's when I started to learn how to heal. And it's like you don't need closure, you don't need somebody to say sorry. You just have to do your own work. And so
I heard that. That's what I heard yesterday, and I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's just. I get it. It's like you got over.
Yes, it's like accepting an apology that you've not received.
It's not what's again.
Receiving an apology that you've not accepting an apology that you've not received. So it's in the sense of you might not be sorry, but I'm going to take it as though you are.
Imagine
but imagine it's just got nothing to. My healing's got nothing to do with him. It's all about me. So for me,
but then a lot of people are waiting on.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't need that. He's never going to apologise for how he's been.
Even after all these years, like you'd like to think there's a level of maturity, growth, experience.
But that's why
humbleness.
That's the power of healing. I don't make it about him at all. It's all about me forgiving and accepting and reflecting and doing my work. Okay, I got myself into that situation. I've got to forgive myself. I've also just got to understand and have compassion for him, and then I will let that go.
Well, that's funny. That's quite similar in the sense of the situation that I went through. Like I had to go through that process of forgiving myself, because I did put myself in that situation. Like,
were you looking for an apology?
Maybe not an apology, but some level of acceptance.
It would be nice.
But of course, it would be nice. It would be nice to see that humanity side of you, that humbleness. But it never was there. It was always ego. it was always ego and victim, in a sense of like, you know, it's all done to them kind of thing. You know, but
and that will be hard to ever get an apology in that space.
Yeah,
no, but
especially when you're dealing with someone with narcissistic tendencies.
I hear you. It's that dangerous game, though. Yeah, of all right, we're gonna good to accept. I think that's beautiful, amazing that people can do that. But there's this element there. All right, and I've seen you do it, and then I'm hearing Nofisa doing exactly the same thing. Where, despite what's happened, he said, "All right, 3 years. All right, cool. All right, your child's here. Phoned you. Oh, okay." We're gonna meet up. All right, cool. I'm not gonna get an apology. All right, cool. Still bitty. All right. I'll try it again. It's all this compensating element
That's
of
what my
sacrifice is mad.
Yeah,
You're already doing enough. That's what I'm saying. These 2 years of lockdown and all these kind of things, we're going. Now we're in a different transition. Can we accept that type of energy around us, or do we have to keep going? It's got to be a time when you're gonna like. Because if that phone call, I'm hearing that phone call. You know, that phone call, and she's like, look, we got to try and da-da-da-da-da. And that's the same phone call. The same thing you had to have. I remember. Yeah. And I'm like, da-da-da-da. It could go 2 ways, yeah? Because remember, I'm there, so I could be a little support mechanism in that.
Yeah. But
if you're not there now, and you've been in those situations where you haven't, it can go so left. Like, what don't these people think, like, if you say something, if you behave a certain way, that person could
check out in a sense of mental health.
Yeah, like it's mad. That's playing. And then all right, so you heal, you get better, and then you go in again to this unknown fire that is about to disrespect you. Like my man, you've gone to the airport and boom. I'm just using these as your example, but it could be the same. You've said, you know what? I'm gonna phone him and say, look, phone your dad, and you phone him, and then the man don't answer it's this constant.
With that situation, do you think him doing what he did back then, he thought that you were gonna struggle so much that you were just gonna get to that point, that peak, and you'd be like, take your son. Like, I can't.
I think he's done the same thing. So it's happened again. So even after, I just think
this is part of his makeup. I
just think there's a lot of resentment. He will say, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm not. But I think there's so much resentment there. And obviously, like I said, I understand your son is in the UK. It must be hard for you. But still, for me, I'm just always seeing it as like, we have to do the best what we can do with the situation. I think there's a lot of resentment because basically, I think, fast forward, you know, I took Javon out 2016, 2018, 2019, and he stayed with his dad like Christmas.
This is, it's not like, is he dropping half the peas in that to the...
He would pay for the flight.
Okay, cool,
his flight. Okay, he would always pay
good.
For his flight. Like, if I'm bringing Javon and he's coming to you, like, you would pay for his flight.
Okay, that's nice.
So, yeah, definitely, like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And then I would he would stay with him, and I'll just pick him up on the way back. But then I feel like last year came, and he phoned, so I think it started when he saw a picture with me, my ex, and Javon in the picture. I think that might have, like, rubbed him up. Okay. Yeah, because then I think a few days later I heard him on loudspeaker, like, Javon, you need to get used to not having your friends because soon you're going to be coming to live with me. Like, this is the first thing I heard, you know, like, you're just dropping that, like, you're not telling me anything, you just tell that to the 8-year-old child. That was concerning for me. And then a couple months later, he phoned me, I'm at his swimming class, and he's just like, I just want you to prepare your mind because next year when he finishes school, I'm going to have him. I'm like, so... Are you asking me? Like, where are we going?
Yeah, like, is this not a conversation?
Like, where are we going? He's like, are you asking or are you taking me to court? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And,
wow, you mentioned the court thing.
I don't know.
No, like, you'd have to. Like, how is this going to happen?
Blue and like, I'm not just going to be like, okay, here's...
So this time it's not a consistent thing going on. It's literally just random, and it's literally a random...
He talks to Javon. Javon has his own phone. Okay. I've got him a phone from probably when he was like 7, so he can have conversations with dad without me getting involved. So... yeah, that was that, and he was just like, look, it was shocking. Brixton came out of me, I have to admit. I was shocked, and I was really angry. I was so frustrated. Like, you can't just act like this. You can't do this. But you have to you just have to accept some people are gonna be who they are, how they are.
Because how did he think that was going to happen? Because I would be a little bit nervous. Like the next time I bring him, are you going to run away?
But that's what I'm saying. So that has changed everything now.
Okay.
On how I move, you know, and I've been very honest with his like people, like to say, you know, since then I don't feel like he's welcome to come to London, but I don't feel comfortable at this moment on my journey to bring my son up there. If I did, I would have to speak to a lawyer first, because I would probably have to get him to sign something that says, you know, I'm gonna give him back in the time that we agreed, because I.
Oh, it's that deep.
I don't know where
I would feel a little nervous.
I don't know where your head's at. You've called, like, you don't like. He won't give me his email address. He won't. Like, I've just asked, can we just keep everything written?
Official. Yeah.
He won't.
So there's a paper trail.
So over a year, I've got nothing. Like, I can't communicate with this man because.
But WhatsApp though, you can do.
No, I honestly just said, can we move everything away from the phone? Because phones, you lose them, blah, 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 blah. Let's just keep everything on email. So for me, it's just, if you can't even have a conversation with, like, or email or give me and you want me to bring our child, you're really making it hard for yourself. So for
you're making me feel a bit paranoid.
Would there be, you know, obviously I have my son, like, would there be a time when you think...
I said when he's 16.
Oh, maybe he can make his own decision.
Yeah, I said, Javon, like, I said up until he's 16,
that's fine.
If he wants to move to America when he's 16, you are...
It's a good opportunity for him anyway.
Yeah, because I was honest with my son when he had that phone call. Like, obviously he saw me quite mad and stuff like that. I said to him, in child appropriate way, I just explained the situation. He was like, well, what about what I want? You know, that was...
Wait, he said that. That's what I'm saying. He's so advanced.
He was like, what about what I want? I was like, well, what do you want? He was like, I don't want to go and live with my dad. And I'm like, you know, and I said to him, when you're 16, if that's what you want, like, you can absolutely do that. I just feel like I will keep you with me until you're 16, and then you can make that decision. Yeah. Because I feel like you'll be in a good space mentally, and just, you know. Yeah. So
I've gone through your education.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's that. But yeah, he's dropped the child support again. So we just keep it moving now.
What do you mean dropped it? Oh, he's put the money in. He put the money in there. Oh, he's put the money in there.
No, he's not. He stopped. Because when the time comes, he said, so I can only...
Hold on, how does it work for America? Like,
America takes it quite serious, don't they?
But he's not...
I'm not going to go after him.
Okay.
No, how does it work? I just want to know anyway. Like, how does it work? He's in America, the child's over here. Is it the American ways that will get him, or is it the UK ways that will get him? How does it work?
It'd be the American way.
It will. No, yeah. The child support agency won't take it if the dad's over there.
Overseas,
yeah.
You have to go to their country.
So basically, it was just an agreement between you two.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so but you could file. If you wanted support, you filed in America.
I think I would have to go through too. Yeah.
But that's
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And he's aware of that.
Yeah. If you're not,
I've already said it out loud.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Like, I've just learned, like, you know what, you got yourself. Let's just go.
It's that other element which I don't, and I would love to talk to. Do you get on the baby's father thing? Do you get any fathers that are waste man that don't pay for their children but are strong and talk about it? I really want to meet one.
Met any,
like I really want like one to talk. Yeah, I really want to meet like a father out there that ain't looking for his youths and wants to come on a pod and talk about it and why.
Good luck getting someone to.
Yeah. That is it. Actually admit it, because like, my whole thing is because anyone that I know of are pathological liars, so they will spin things to make it seem like
it's impossible.
No,
how can you sit there?
I've heard certain things through the grapevine.
Right, so
and I'm just
pay their money.
So
the money's sitting in an account. Wait, like
all like that's all.
It's interesting to know, like, you question, like, what are other people saying? Like, what do their family think's happening?
Yeah.
You know, because I don't know.
Yeah, the whole.
And that is it.
I don't know what's being said.
That is it. What stories are being told on the other side?
Because I remember the first time I ever met his other half, and the way she acted, I was really like, what did you tell her about me? Because she just didn't speak to me. Like, obviously,
give me an example of what remember, he hasn't supported properly throughout the whole time. Most of these fathers are not supporting properly.
But does everybody else know that though?
So he would then spin it and say, I'll give her a little money, like I'll give her part of the money it's impossible, you can't spin it.
No,
you don't see your child.
You know what it is?
You don't see the child. I should allow me to see the child.
If as a woman,
like, I'm just like keeping away, or she's making it hard,
making it difficult.
So that's why I made sure I went to the family member and I said, hey, like, just to let you know, He's
Anytime.
fully welcome to come to London. I just don't feel comfortable because of everything that's gone down. This is what's happened. And it's all on message. It's out there. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
Alright, so he's done it. So now...
But I don't know what
He still spin it. Because how can he spin that?
Look, unless she's out there, hear me, hear me, hear
And I'm
me.
not that,
No, you're not.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
and that's my whole stance too. Because I've not spoken a great deal, let's say, on my previous situation. So all, let's say, that side will hear is from that side. And I've heard trickles here and there, and I'm just like, wow, like the lies are real and deep. But from a narcissistic person,
Wow, you called him out like that?
like, they're the kind of attributes that come
I want
with
to
it.
have it, you know. I want to have it, you know.
But I'm not out
Are
here.
you really going?
Nah,
But
so-
I'm not out here trying to hear my story and defend my plea. I'm out here getting on with my life.
Yeah.
Like literally getting on with my life, raising up my family and doing what I feel is best. Simple as. Like, ultimately, they made their own choice. For whatever their reasons are, whether they speak the truth or not, they made their own choice. We're out here, we're not picking up the pieces because they weren't, you know what I mean, nothing was shattered
Just doing the
as
best.
such. But yeah, we're out here making sure everyone is raised, surrounded with love and security and stability.
I would like, you know what it is, I would like, you know, I've always liked this fairy world. I've always been, but I think
Ideally.
for what this fairy
Fairy,
world,
okay,
this beautiful fairy tale of happiness and that, and I think now it's gone far from that. I need to protect my energy. I've always said change for a long time. I need to still give light to people, no matter what way it is. But at the same time, I look at it and I'm thinking, we've got to break this cycle somewhere. We've got to break this narrative. We always say we've got to break the narrative.
Yeah.
How do we, going forward now, break this narrative? Like, what can we
Not
be
take
doing?
on all that hate and that heaviness. So we're surrounded by love and light.
Yeah.
Like in our home and around our home, you know what I mean? Like people that are in our lives,
Still the
whether
haters, though. Still the
connected or
haters.
you're always
Still
gonna
what?
get it because you're looking good, you're glowing and you're growing.
My haters. You know,
They're always
I
gonna.
ain't really seen no beef for your platform.
No, you know what it is?
What
We
you
get
talking about?
we get intent.
You know that hate is
Indirect.
No, we
hate.
get indirects. We actually get indirects.
What do
Like
you
we
mean?
actually
Like
get
who?
like, you know what I mean? Like random people that watch it
That know so and so.
that know of the situation or whatever.
Okay.
They will actually watch it. So I believe like
Alright.
you get these people watching it that should, I don't know why you're watching it when you should use your time
Well,
effectively.
don't give them energy.
But I love
And
that.
that is it.
Exactly.
Like, my whole thing is, if someone is the common denominator, yeah, in their story, surely there comes a time where you have to actually look at yourself. Like, surely there comes a time where you say, like,
But are
how
you
do I
willing to
always?
do that,
Well,
though?
that is it. Are you
willing
willing?
to do that?
Why do I
That is
always
it.
find myself in this same situation, in this same scenario? Surely all this time where I'm blaming A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, maybe
It's me.
it's me. And maybe, you know, I'm a bit toxic.
But then that goes back to what you lot have been doing. Like what Nofisa was saying is that you can't be dealing with them no more. So you try and take on. Alright, let me deal with myself now and get better and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And I think that's
And
how
you have to
break
still
the
take
narrative.
abuse,
And that
you still have to take.
No, she's
you
not
have to-
pulling her hair out
No,
and
you
looking
can't.
haggard.
No, the brother, you done all that. You done that phone call. You put the phone down, yeah? Boom. Half the hill. I have to get a job. You said all that. You've got out to America. You saw the Donny. The man's gone. And you felt like, you took me back to that space again. Like, you get me? Like,
But I don't. No,
I'm ducking.
I don't have
Like,
any.
do we have to do, is there a point we have to keep taking things?
I don't feel like I'm.
We
taking
do enough
any
from
abuse.
government. We take
I don't feel
enough
like
from
I'm taking
okay,
abuse
sorry.
because there's healthy boundaries that you put in place. Like if a woman goes through something, we should learn from that.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna give him the space to ever like again. You know the same things happen. Like full circle. Now he's just I'm not paying you anything. I don't think he'll ever pay again. Well. I'm not in that same place where I was when Javon was 18 months. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. Like it was frustrating because it's like, I'm like, all right, let's go. Like I've got me. Let me find other ways to match that income and figure stuff out, and we keep moving. Like you're not gonna stop my shine. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's unfortunate.
Do you think he would be happy? Well, not let's say happy, but do you feel like he'll feel a sense of gloat if you weren't doing all that you're doing, in the sense of like you looked like that, I can't say typical baby mum, but you know that Jeremy Kyle kind of
Wow,
like
you're in deep.
I genuinely actually don't think he's thinking like, you know, we're so past that stage. I just think it's I don't have my child and I'm just pissed. I'm gonna just gonna do whatever. Like but we can only assume because I'm not there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, and he hasn't actually expressed nothing.
He's never spoken to me about anything, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but I genuinely don't think he cares. Like,
does he see like he follow you on social media or anything like that?
No. I don't know because everything's open.
Open,
but
so.
I couldn't tell you. I just know that Javon it's come to the point where my child is saying, "My dad don't like you." Because he's
always got something to say.
Baby River, why you laughing?
Always
because he'll be like,
he sees something.
Javon will be on FaceTime. No, Javon will be on FaceTime with him or whatever, WhatsApp call, and he'll be like, "Oh, how's your mom? No, how's your grandma? And how's your uncle? So what did you do at school today?" And he'll just look at me like, "He don't like you."
Okay, so yeah. I don't think it's that. I don't think he just wants to. He doesn't want to go to explore that area at the moment.
Like as though he's intrigued by what is going on in your life, so maybe he feels.
But I reckon he does. He must know. He must have
No,
seen the books.
because he's on loudspeaker. He does it when I'm in the space where he knows like mum's in the background. Like I've heard it done twice, and I'm like, okay. But now Javon's just like.
Yeah,
we know you're gonna do that. It's like it's.
And the man has to make these boys grow up early. It stopped them from being kids for a hot minute at that particular time. Because they have to start. I watched one case where the child was only like 3, and he already knows how to react to situations that he shouldn't be aware of, like through the mum and dad going through a problem.
Conflict.
Yeah, so he won't mention certain things. I think the engineer went to the house. I think the engineer went to their house, and because he doesn't want people other man them in the house and where she didn't want to. It's a friend. A friend went to the house, and he doesn't want another guy in there. And the friends they're close and whatever. But the friend went in there, done some boiler work or whatever, and the kid didn't mention it.
Okay.
Like that's how deep that the boy didn't usually be like, no, Dad.
What did you
He's
learn,
actually psycho. She said he actually didn't. I was surprised he didn't. I didn't care. She's like, I didn't care, but he actually didn't mention it. Yeah. And she said, now he's affected by it. I was like, wow.
Yeah, because you got the other hand.
It's survival. It's
yeah. And I don't want to see.
And I want Dad getting mad. Yeah.
I want to avoid that because a lot of some of these women will try and school the child, like don't say.
Yeah, she said that. She actually left it. And the child actually, I was like, and I pop up I was like, wow.
But he's already learned, like, this is how
that's not good. I think it's about 3, 4, but I thought that's too much for a child to be to that.
But that's where a lot of our challenges start, though, isn't it? Childhood is like what we learned, how we survived. Like, it's crazy.
So, all right, so this is where the grand scheme of it, all the great things you do, and I'm proud that you're doing it, keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
Someone that, the only thing that bugs me with most women at the moment, single women, is that they've got so much skills and attributes and abilities. Like even one today, like, I gave the t-shirt to, the t-shirt she bought for her, like she's let life get so much on top of her. She's got talents, but she's like, I can't do it now because I've got this and I've got this. And I don't know if it's excuses.
I would say it's the limiting beliefs. It's the
that's
beliefs,
it.
like,
I don't say it's good, but it's like I know you've got ability, and I see so many females that have got ability, single moms that are going through it. What is there a top 5 steps we can do, or you could offer, or?
I think, and this is where, like, I'm so for whether it's life coaching, healing, like, you've got to get support. A lot of these women, most of these women, do they have any level of support to help them grow and develop and evolve? Like
professional support.
Professional, yeah. Are they investing in themselves to grow, to develop, to change their mindset? A lot of people are just letting life literally beat them up. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not even aware, like, I can actually pay, like, or they're not really in the space that they're willing to invest in themselves to actually get that support, to get out of that mindset, because it's a very, what do you call it? It's a fixed mindset. You know, like, I can't do that, or I've got no time, I've got no money, you know, it's a very fixed
They've
mindset.
justified it to themselves.
And our brains will do the crazy stuff. Our brains will tell us all the reasons why we're not credible, why we can't do it, you know. And so for me, I would say number 1 is get support. Like, reach out and get the help to to whether it's to challenge your mindset, because we've got so much blind spots, especially when as us as single women, so you're not single anymore, you've got a whole ring and all sorts, but especially when you're in that place, you know, and you're letting life beat you down, it's like you're in survival at times. So you can't even sometimes, but you have to know that there's more out there for you. You have to be able to think like, if I just change my mindset, my whole situation experience can change. And that's what happened to me. Like, and I will challenge any woman who says differently. Because I know, like, if I can help you with your mindset, everything else will fall into place.
So ultimately, it's an investment in you. But then sometimes it's like, where's that spare money coming from?
That's what I was going to say. It's not about the money as well.
And that's what I was going to say to you. So I'm all about getting that help. I've invested thousands in my personal support, but you can also start with books. You can start with books,
which are affordable. You know?
How much information is there online? True. Just like Instagram, different coaches just sharing free tools. You start there. Right?
I didn't think so, but
it's like, shut
up. But no, I get that whole survival mode. You know what I mean? I can think back many years ago, but like, yeah, it's literally just getting by, just getting through. Like hopeful that there's light at some point, but right here and now, literally just getting through each day, getting to the weekend, getting to the next half term.
For how long until that
it's not
turns
enough.
Into 3 years later, you're still in the same position because your mindset hasn't changed. And I remember I think I was 24, and this is how things really shifted. I invested in my first life coach.
Okay.
At that age, I think I was 24, and then I was like, I can't do the same shit anymore. Sorry, I don't know if I can say that. I can't keep doing this anymore. Like, I kept seeing this vision of a more powerful woman. I was like, I don't know how to access her. And so for me, it was like, I need help.
What was people telling you that, or you see it yourself?
No, I kept seeing a vision. Like, I knew she was meant for more. I knew I was capable of more. But then I kept looking back, single mom, broke, like, life is hard. But I was like, I need help. And then when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I started to see different books come into my life.
I've heard that so many times, that one. When the student's ready, the teacher
I was ready. I was like, I admit it. I said, I need help. That's when the first life coach came. And then they told me the price, and it was like $3,000. And I was like, in US dollars. And I was like, I can put the first on the credit card. I don't even know how I'm going to get the rest.
Yeah.
I don't even know. But I believed in myself. I trusted it. And I went for the first one. And then actually, a few days later, $5,000 dropped into my lap. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it happened. I'm not saying that don't get it twisted.
But it does work that way sometimes. Because when you take that step, like,
it's a decision.
of the unknown,
the miracles happen. I'm not saying go out and just spend $3,000. You know, there's so many different ways you can get support. But I'm saying that was my first experience of life coaching, and the shift that made me say, I deserve more. I'm ready for more. I'm ready to be more. And then I was like, I gotta get my ass out of Birmingham. And so I came back here because I was like, if I'm gonna keep moving, I need help.
So number one, definitely support.
Support.
Yeah. What about
support, but also like investing in yourself, whether that's buying a book that's going to help you, you know what I'm saying, buying 10 books that are going to help you. There's so many powerful books out there, or life coaching, or going to courses, classes, just something where you're challenging your mindset, because what you're telling yourself is not real. It's just a limiting beliefs.
A lot of it's just lies. It's just lies.
But it feels real. It feels so real.
Yeah, because it's been your reality maybe for long enough for it to take hold.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, because look at what's Kemi's network event?
Releasing a Butterfly?
No, prescription for healing.
Right.
Okay, so she really every month or so she has an event on, and they're like reasonable. Sometimes they're free.
I think the last one was free. Yeah.
No, the last one you paid for. It was
one with Maxwell
D and that one was.
But she had one before. She had one.
One before.
Another one. Yeah.
But even that, you know how deep it is because of the type of woman she is. Yeah, I'm not even lying. If you went up to her and said, "Listen, I haven't got no thingy," she just said, "Come." Like, that's how deep. Sometimes you don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Because they're doing it for a bigger purpose.
Don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. She actually said, "You know what? I think you need to go." And she said to me, "Look, yeah, I'll come and I'll pay for." She paid. Just give me an email address and boom, boom, boom. I will pay for it anyway. But she said, "No, you need to be there. Like, I want you to be like." And I'm like, "Well, okay, cool." Do you get what I'm saying? So and then her friend Tracy, like I know she definitely said you need to come as well. So she's paying for these people. It's her event, but she's just like boom.
And that's another thing. You got to get around people who want to see you win, want to help you win.
Right.
A lot of the women that I have met who you're talking about, who are in that, they're surrounded by other people just bringing them back down. You know, like just
where you going? Come. Look,
like crabs in the bucket.
Sandra,
put the money in a festival ticket.
Literally. So I remember when I first started coaching in 2016. This woman dropped like 300 for some sessions. Her friend was like, "Why are you paying for life coaching? Like, you got me." I was like, "You're gonna struggle with that, friend." You know what I'm saying? So you also have to start looking at who's around you. She was like, "You got me." I was like,
"Have you helped me all these years of friendship?"
There's not for people like that
though.
Could you imagine that? Give me the money. I could do it. Never not qualify.
But she didn't even want the money. She was just like, "You got me. Like, I'm your friend. Why do you
I'm
need
enough.
help?
Yeah,
Why do you
yeah.
need support?" I'm like,
I can advise you on that boyfriend, but I'm going through the
single,
same stuff.
I'm single. I had a man 10 years. It's fine. But so again, like who's around you, that's so important, because you know a lot of the women I have met or coached in the past, they've told me like, you know, their friends are just constantly complaining or stuff like that. You got to get yourself around. I'm not saying drop these people, but I'm also saying find other people.
Drop them.
You have to be mindful of who is speaking, what voice.
Drop them.
Are you listening to?
Who's qualified to tell you? You know, sometimes people try to tell me certain things. I'm like, but you don't have what I want. So I'm not necessarily always going to take advice from that person, because you got to really qualify the people who are giving you advice all the time. But also find people who are winning or who are going after what you want, who will fill you with light and inspiration. You know, they're around.
Inspiration is key. To be inspired by someone, you can't put a price on that.
That's what I'm saying. That conversation you had, I got bitty of it the other day when I was on the phone, because Jan likes to be on the phone, and I'll be like, "Hi babe," because I call her all the time. Like she'll phone me, so I'll phone her and then she'll be like, "Hold on, wait," and then she put the phone wherever it is. I don't know where the phone is. I can hear River like, "Yeah, in it." And then I can hear her like, "Yeah, that size, babe. No, turn around. But this one, I heard bits and pieces of it where a woman was literally, she came just specifically just to speak to Shan, and I could hear like, "Yeah, you see you're inspirational. Where. I can hear bit, and Max as well." I was like, "Well,
you're like, yeah."
I could hear bits and pieces, like, and I'm like, and it went on for. I'm not lying. I think I moved the bed down some stairs. I done some bits.
Guys just didn't want to phone back.
No, we just like that sometimes. I don't know. We just be on the phone. Long as I got my earpiece in, I don't mind just hearing or whatever. But it was a lot. I'm talking about 15 minutes easily of just this woman just going on. And she was like, "I've received. Amen. Love and light. Amen." I'm like, "Rah, this was."
That's your best interpretation of me.
That's what it was though. It was that though.
No, yeah, it was.
You didn't respond back. You didn't even say nothing
I was just
back.
literally like, I received that, and
Receive.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
15 minutes of this woman just, and I don't think she bought nothing in the shop. She did.
In the end, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
She came down, but she said,
She
said, "I have to come down."
Yeah, she came from far. She came from far. Yeah, and she said, "Look, I go online just to see what you're up to." She said, "You ate up your pregnancy, sis. Keep doing what you're doing. All I see is elevation, and you just make me feel like it's possible. You know, my situation isn't the final chapter. Like, it is possible to change that. It's possible to find or meet someone that is gonna love you in a healthy way." And I was like, "Wow." She said, "No, I go on and I just want to see your smile. I just want to see your smile on there." Or I see, "Oh, what's she wearing? How's she wearing?" Like, sis, please just keep doing it. Keep doing it. And I was like, for real, a lot of women will struggle to tell you this, but I am telling you, please, just hear me, listen. And that's why I was like, "No, I receive it. Thank you." Like, thank you for sharing that.
And it's nice to hear that as well. You don't know how much you're, just by you being you. And that's another thing, you know, just by us. So for me, it's important, like, to get my mind right, because I want to show other single moms what is possible. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to stay in that dark place. Like, it can get better. It can get easier. Yeah. Even if the father never gives you an apology or anything, like, you can still love yourself, love your life, raise your child right. Like, there's just so much hope. There's so much light on the other side.
Without a doubt.
And that's what I want to do.
Without a doubt. You know what it is I would say for myself too, but I say you don't look like what you've been through. You know, like sometimes women and sometimes men too, they look like what they're going through, like their face says it all, their
when they
demeanor,
go, vibing up.
like
their
their
And
language,
just the way they respond to you is just like you just know, like you're mad at the world.
Yeah,
I get that.
Basically,
I get that.
But you know, you're shining bright. And you're looking in all your sensual woman femininity. You know what I mean? All the rest of it. Yeah, I'm single. Yeah, I'm raising up my son.
Yes,
yeah,
I'm single.
I got.
We need to talk about the single thing as well. No, actually, we won't talk about the single thing, but I don't know why. What's going on? What's going on with that? What's going on?
What do you mean?
What, you changed your mind from
I haven't changed.
the dating?
No, I'm still there. I just got to 7.
Okay, so you're still gonna...
If it happens, like, I'm happily dating.
Okay, so you're just going...
How are you finding it? Like, I know the market is what's the market like out there at the moment? What's it like?
So I go in...
Not that I'm interested in that, and you get me, but I'm just like, what's the market saying? Like...
No, but see, this is my true belief. As I change, better comes. As simple as that. Like, a lot of people always complain. Like,
what does that look like? Sorry, what's the change? What do you mean?
Attracts better.
So give me an example. So a change.
For example, I've created, you know, for me, I always teach what I learn. So I keep learning. I've created healthier boundaries. I've got more clear about what I will and will not accept. Like, I'm not available for unavailable men anymore. There was a big time when I was just attracting, like, unavailable men after. And so for me, just the way the man treats me better, like, you know, it's a different experience because I'm not available for the way I used to be. Or what I used to be available for. Like I said, like a man, I've dated a man living with his ex before. You know, that was my first book. Like, I would never do that now. And people can see a more confident woman, so they just know, okay, if I'm not bringing a certain quality, I'm not even gonna try anymore. You know, and then some people will try, but I will not entertain
Shut
that.
it down.
I will not even give them the space anymore. For example, just today I had to say to someone, you know, like, I'm sure you're a great guy, but I'm just not available to pursue this connection. And it's just simple as that.
Pure honesty.
Yeah, and it's just simple.
You know I am. You know I am, though.
He took it very gracefully, actually.
Oh, good.
He was like, you know, I felt it, and all the best.
Oh, that's
pretty much.
That's good.
Yeah.
Then he's just outside your door, just dead. What you got?
And it can be as simple as that. So for me, dating's fun. Dating, I enjoy it, and I'm gonna...
Yeah, so have you, because you don't have to spend off the money too tough. As man them, but as man them, they just, poor man them, they must be suffering out there. How much money peas they have to spend on dates and that?
They want to spend time with you, yeah.
And I am worth it.
Boom, bang.
So yeah, no, for me, I am enjoying the journey of, I'm not in a rush to settle down with anybody. I'm enjoying the dating experience. Obviously, this little person is like, I need a father. Like, I'm just like, you actually have a dad.
Aww.
I'm sorry that it's not the experience you see on TV. but I'm trying my best out here.
Matters. That's what matters.
We was in Dubai like earlier this year, and he was just like, we were having fun. I was like, and then he has to just rub it in, like, you know, it would have been nice if like there was a dad and like another child. Like,
you know, I can hear him though. That's the mad thing about it. That's how he's just random.
I'm out here
like
just
complete the picture.
Yes. Oh,
but yeah, I'm just enjoying the experience. It's really fun.
No, it looks it.
It is.
I
fun.
can hear that off you.
No, that's good. No, you know what? Thanks for coming. Like, obviously. But what I want to try this thing. I saw it on another pod. I'm teething it, Raggle. But I want to do it. I don't know.
I got a question for the next.
Yeah. I love that, innit?
Wait, where did you get that from? A Sleepless for Sleeping?
I don't know who it was from,
Okay,
but it was basically that you got to ask a question to the next person that appears on the pod, but you don't know who that person is. To get it, you won't know. So and they don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
He's gonna put me on the spot like that.
yeah, you can think about it now, but obviously do your big outs and shouts and all them things there. Free my man and that, and then and then literally just try and think of a question. And that.
What?
I don't know.
That went right over her head.
Like, you know that you might do.
Who am I trying to free what?
I don't know. I don't know if you've got anybody in prison that you want to say big up my free my man and that. I don't know. You want to big up anybody? You might want to do that or whatever. But then you have to answer a question. Nah, actually.
Oh, like you put me on the spot.
Nah, there's two things. My bad. Sorry,
Okay.
2 things. Because obviously we're trying to inspire people.
Right.
So if anything that you want to say to help people through these times, that'd be beautiful. And also the question for the next person on the pod.
I think that's quite easy.
The next question.
Yeah. Because
It could be random. It could be
Yeah.
anything. You're just trying to overthink it. Like, could be sure what your shoe size. You get me?
no, but like as in like I don't know, maybe something around living your truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me start off. Which camera am I looking into?
You can look into this camera.
Okay, so the first thing I would say to anybody watching, especially if you are a single parent, is, you know, whatever you're going through right now, you can absolutely get through it, and just trust yourself and take the first step, whether that's getting support, whether that's getting around new communities. Like, you do not have to do this journey alone. And for a long time I felt that way, and when I started to receive support, when I started to invest in myself, everything else changed from there. So please put yourself first. You matter, and take the first step, whatever that looks like for you. My question to the guest coming on next is, what does... Oh, no, because I'm not trying to take yours, because you said living in your truth. What does living in your truth look like?
Yeah. No,
I'd be like, what is the most challenging thing that you've been through and you've got through, and now you can inspire someone else on that journey?
That's good. That's
like
nice.
That was, yeah.
Yeah. What's the most
Let me
challenging?
know.
What's the most challenging thing
You've been through.
Got
Got
through.
and now you can
Share as a
share with someone
testimony.
else, help them move forward. Somebody else needs that support, so let
For real, you know what it
them
is. Like, don't be afraid to share what you've been through.
know. Yeah.
No, we can't do that. Too much shit. You can't be doing them things like.
I know. Why are
it's
you
like,
exposing all your private
all your
life,
stuff
your
and-
business?
Why? Like we got to keep things in house. You know, as black people, we can't be talking of everything. You get me?
Or talking about sensitive subjects.
So remember, I'm still definitely wanting to do that Help Me Heal show with the mums on, but a lot of the people came forward, and then when I spoke to them, it would be like, no, my situation's sensitive. I'm like, everything you're telling me,
okay.
someone's already gone through it, and like your story is going to help so many other people, but they haven't.
So just speak about
So is it being scared of being judged?
No. Just give them the substance of it, because it's random. Like, so you were doing the program you were doing.
Yeah, so I'm doing a show. I am still going to do it, but I definitely put it on hold for the rest of this year. It's Help Me Heal, and it's a single mothers edition where I'm helping single parents, single mums to heal from the pain that they've gone through with their children's father. And a lot of women came forward to come on the show, but when obviously they knew it was going to be filmed, and then they're talking about their own journey, they didn't feel like they could do that live because they're like, it's too sensitive. I'm like, everything.
That's part of the healing, though, isn't it?
But not everyone wants to heal in front of the public, right? So
Okay.
I am looking for 2 to 5 women who are ready to do that in front of the public. Because you don't
come on, man.
understand how much.
But all right, this is really this is the defining thing, because we've had what would you call it? We've had people, you know, responding to certain things in terms of saying, you know, why you do this and why you do that, and why are you open about certain, because we're quite open about relationships. We don't say everything, but we're quite open about what's going on. And people are saying, "Nah, what are you doing? Like, what's that
what
about?
are you talking about? You know, your private life,
Yeah, and all that kind of thing."
stuff.
So, how do we? Are we in a new? Are we doing the? We're asking you, Rago. Like, are we
right or wrong?
Are we doing the right thing? Are we do?
I don't think there's a right or wrong. I think you're doing what works for you guys, and I'm doing what works for me. Like, you know, my mom would be like, "Why are you sharing that?" or "Why are you sharing this?" And I'm like,
you get the same
because you don't know who's it gonna help. So I will go for a breakup. I will go through any experience, and I will share it because I've learned something from it, and I tell people that, and they're like, "Wow, I'm going through the same thing." especially when it comes to relationships. Like, so many people are going through what we're going through, what you guys are going through. They don't know how to navigate it. So if you have got to the other side, why not share that?
Yeah.
If I'm helping you heal, why not let other women who are going through it, who don't feel as confident, to come out
So
and say it?
if we just go on their side now, let's just go with the like your mum and and we go with their side.
I do think it's a
Why
generation.
do they? Oh, you still think it's a
I still
generation
think
thing?
it's a generation thing of that old school mentality, keeping things behind closed
you gotta
doors.
you can't talk about your public.
Like,
Yeah.
why are you making yourself out as like a victim, or you're allowing people
It's just
to
things need
have...
to be kept behind closed doors. That's just how.
But then,
especially
if you're not
in
dealing with it
Jamaican family,
behind closed doors, then my whole thing is, how is that
take it to the
healthy?
grave.
A lot of things are, unfortunately,
But-
abuse, domestic violence,
Yeah.
addiction, like all
But
sorts.
that's why we're here, new generation. We're breaking those. We're
Yeah, I
breaking
believe
those
so.
patterns.
Giving people hope.
And actually giving people, it's almost like freedom. You know how much people have been silenced.
Yeah.
And now it's you just so cute. And now it's like no more silence. Like, let's speak about it, because when you free yourself, you don't know how many other people you're freeing in that process. Because and that's why we do with the baby mothers, for example, podcasts, because a lot of them come on speaking for women who will never share their story, who never can or never have the
Or not given a platform.
yeah.
Ain't there none from there that you could use? And none from there that you could probably use, and then
Maybe yeah. So
they've had loads, so you could just like tap into them, and then
I'll definitely put it out again in the new year, but I had to take a step back this year anyway. But it's still going, and I'm excited about it.
No, definitely. Look, we said episode 18, emancipation and liberation.
Freedom.
outro it then, innit? Outro it then. But don't do nothing like do a proper. Oh, big up Loletti. Come give me a little sponsor and that. You know what I mean? There, you get me.
Black and gold.
You get me. Go on. You got to do the outro, but no dead one.
What? Well, best you do it then.
No, just do it then. Do it.
Yeah, I'm about to take this mic from y'all.
Go on, you outro. Yeah, you good. You good then. Yeah.
It was an absolute pleasure doing Max and Shan today on their podcast. Don't forget, remember the next guest, you have to answer my question. Make sure you check out episode 19 very soon. Take care.
Boom, bang.
Connect. Inside.
Subscribe.
Yeah, don't date. Blah!